Hi, everybody. Welcome to Side Quest 28 of the High Scores High Stakes podcast. I am your host, as not always, Tomahawk, and with me today is one of my other co hosts.
Hello, it's me, Cardinal Smith, and you are always a co-host, Tomahawk. Of
Yes.
course. Good to see you.
It's a really interesting situation that I find myself in, having to take the reins. I know that sometimes I do it for Game of the Month and whenever Lova, I never have to deputize for Lova, so this is an interesting situation to be in the hot seat for a change.
Unshackled, un, burdened by the heavy weight of lava this week.
It'd be Tomahawk Unchained this week anyway. But how you keeping anyway? It's been a couple of weeks since we've had you on anyway. I know that we've had a bit of our summer break as such, or at least what we can call a summer break this day and age.
July is such a vibrant time of colour for Northern Ireland and holidays, people taking their holidays. So it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah.
And I am back to get into the
Yes.
groove just in
Super
time
excited.
for a certain new season
Oh,
approaching,
that's it.
amongst
Yes, I
other
know.
things.
I can't wait. Season 4 is, as I say, it is coming. We are going to have it hopefully, and it'll be the. I think we're sort of looking at the early fall for our US listeners anyway. But before we get into the
Nice.
details of season 4, I think what should really be addressing any first time listeners, what High Scores High Stakes is. High Scores High Stakes typically is 3 friends, 3 PlayStations. Every week we pick a new game. Every week a new game and challenge. We compete in a league for points. Winner getting 3 points. Second place getting 2 points. Third place getting 1 point. At the end of the season, we tally those points up, and the winner will go home with the High Scores High Stakes Cup. As the lovely Cardinal is modelling his season 1 trophy,
Yeah.
he will get his season 3 cup eventually when we
Will
can
we?
be bothered getting around to it. Whenever we're not doing competition based gaming, we also do our side quests. This is what this is. We just usually do funny lists. We'll talk anything, everything gaming, conferences, uh, generally just anything that we've really loved about games outside of a competition format then. And then we also have our Game of the Month series where every month we pick a game, we deep dive that game, and we just talk all things about that game, sometimes with ourselves, other times with guests. Uh, at the time of release, Death Stranding episode will just be out as well. We also are working about getting, I believe if I remember correctly, Cardinal Final Fantasy VII remake should be in the works.
Let's say it's happening.
Let's say it's happening. Let's say it's happening. But yes, uh, where the best place to find us on the internet would probably be to direct your browser to highscoreshighstakes.com. That'll give you a link to everywhere we are on the internet, be it Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Discord. The website link will be in the description below, and the link to our Discord will be in the description below as well. Um, Now, I think that ticks off all the boxes, Cardinal, unless I'm missing anything. I don't want
I
Love to
think
listen to this and shout at me.
I think as gaming's only as the internet's only gaming podcast, it's
Yes,
hard not to be on every platform and
that's it.
available for all our listeners.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yes, I think that has covered all the formalities as such. What I'm going to try and do this a bit of justice then, Cardinal. This week it's been a few weeks since we've had to ask you, but what are you playing?
Gritty, throaty, love it. The voice was good too. What have I been playing? I said before we were recording, I didn't want to talk about this, but Final Fantasy 14 Dawn Trail came out, and I played it and completed it in a matter of probably less than 3 weeks. But I also have a life, and so I have been playing uh, the Untitled Goose Game.
Oh, brilliant.
With I almost tried to give it a name in my head. I was like, no, it doesn't have a name, but it does have a name. Um, with with my partner, so that's been fun, causing havoc in a is it an English village? I
I
don't
think
really
so.
don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, just a
it's it's
traditional
it's
looking.
it's a great art style game. I think I have played it as well. I've played it single player and I've played it in a co-op format. The game is definitely built, I think personally, for the co-op function. When it becomes the Untitled Geese game, which I thought was a nice
Nice.
little touch. Yeah, no, it's a cracking wee game actually. Definitely, I think leans towards the co-op aspect. I did struggle big time trying to get. I think the first objective is something like get the farmer out of his garden and lock him in. That's quite difficult to do on as one goose.
To be honest, didn't manage it as a multitude of geese. Just kept descending into causing havoc for the fun of it, but it was all welcome. But that
Excellent.
roughly summarizes what I've been playing, and I guess I have to return the favor. Tomahawk, what are you playing?
I have fallen into old habits. I have finally decided to put a few hours back into Bloodborne to do the Old Hunters DLC. Um, it is hard. I think I've gone and maxed out most of my weapons, most of my like HP stats, and I'm still getting one shotted by slightly higher than average enemies. So that has definitely been a humbling experience now. I have also been playing the Concord beta. I've been
Ooh,
dipping into that actually a little bit now. I think I'm trying to put a bit more time into that because that game looks gorgeous.
it's so hot
That
right now.
that is, I mean, Sherry was kind enough to pre-order it and get the um beta codes for the lot of us as well. So I think we've all been playing it at some stage or another, just not in any form of synchronicity, to be honest. But um, yeah, I quite like it. It's the 5v5 shooter aspect. Everyone's got their own sort of unique abilities. It's just chaos, really. You just get bogged down into kill boxes, and everyone just is just shooting for 10,
Should
15-minute games. It's gorgeous looking. It runs so smooth even at this beta stage, really. So quite looking forward to it coming out. I just think it's not gonna change the market in terms of team-based shooters, but I think it'll do the trick rightly for PlayStation fans wanting a little bit of a change.
another string to the bow
Yes,
for the
absolutely,
for the
absolutely.
market.
And I have prepped. I've got Guardians of the Galaxy downloaded again to play through it. I'm just kind of thinking if I want to put a bit more time going back into it and try and get a bit more of the collectibles from last time. I'm tempted to just not port over my PS4 save and just go as a fresh brand new start on it then. So I have a few bits in the pipeline for what I'm playing and what I will be playing in the future, at least anyway.
You're always working on something.
You know what? No, it wouldn't be me if I didn't play 3 or 4 games in a row, like, or at least simultaneously.
Traditions, traditions.
Hmm. And speaking of traditions,
Oh,
I
nice.
think we need to go and discuss what the topic of conversation is going to be today. This week, we figured we would ease ourselves back in after our little break last week, and we would test each other's gaming knowledge, PlayStation or otherwise. I'm yet to be told what to expect this week. We're going to have a little competition, I think, over the next couple of episodes anyway, the next couple of side quests about who wants to be a millionaire format. I This week I'm going to go first. Cardinal is going to be my quiz master. Maybe next week I think it's going to be either Lava, and then we'll conclude with yourself, Cardinal. We'll all have questions for everyone, and we'll see at the end of this side quest series who's going to have progressed the furthest or banked the most money in this instance. So I'm I'm looking forward to this. I think we'll just go into straight into the next section. We'll uh, go into a bit more detail, and then we'll just hammer straight into it. I think if that's all right with you.
Look, I think this is a crazy idea. I think it's quite fun. And for anyone listening, you've got 3 episodes here of quiz questions to have a go at. As long as the contestants get far enough that you get to hear the questions. But
Oh, no, absolutely. Yes, this is my big fear, and especially having to go first is if I get the first question wrong, this is going to be a very, very short episode. So, like, we'll
let's
crack
get
on into the
into it.
next section here, and we'll get straight into it then. Okay, perfect. So, who wants to be a millionaire? High scores, high stakes edition. To those who aren't aware of what Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is, where have you been? Go back and
It's been
watch it.
around for a while. Like,
It's been around for a long, long time. Absolutely. So the format's pretty simple. 15 questions. Each question gets a new monetary value attached to that. We get every five, and question 5 and question 10 gets us a new safety net. So should we progress and we get a question wrong, our final total will be at our most previous safety net then. So the aim of the game in this instance is over the next couple of weeks to see who can get the highest value, be it go for the £1,000,000 question or just take the money and run essentially. So I'm really looking forward to this now because I've done zero prep work because this is a challenge that cannot, there's no prep in the world I think that can ready you for a challenge like this. The questions are going to be so weird and wonderful, I can imagine, especially. And I'm hoping that by the end of this, we're going to have like 45 completely separate questions. That is the aim of the game, anyway.
well, for the 2 show quizzes I'm going to be running, they're going to certainly be different. I don't know what Lovick or yourself would have lined up, but
Lava will have all manner of, what year did Capcom be founded and how many employees did Capcom have by the
what
time
does
of Monster
Capcom
Hunter?
stand for? First
Exactly.
question.
So no, I'm super excited for this then. So we'll sort of run through what's going to happen then. So Cardinal, you're going to run as Quizmaster. You're going to be our Chris Tarrant, Jeremy Clarkson type character today. We do get our 3 lifelines, of course. We've had to tweak them for the podcast entertainment. So we have our 50-50 option. We have our Ask the Host lifeline. And we also have a free Google search lifeline.
I love that one.
One's going to come. I have a feeling that one's going to come in handy pretty early on. So
we
I
will
think
see. We will see.
Well, this is it. We'll see what's going to happen anyway. But I'm very, very excited to get into this. So I think we should just go straight in. We've got our lovely little graphic down below. We've got our tower of terror of monetary questions to go for. I think we should just go straight into it then, Cardinal. So hit me. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the High Scores, High Stakes. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Asterix. Nobody will become a millionaire directly from this. Tomahawk, you've won the fastest finger first by being the contestant that's been chosen to do this first. Congratulations.
Seems fair.
How do you feel?
Scared. Absolutely scared.
Good. Some of these questions could be brutal, but I want you to know I don't necessarily know what's going to come up on the board here today. Okay? I'm not going to see the answer.
Scared now.
Okay. So when you're ready, what we're going to do is we're going to read out the first question, have a look at it, and we'll hear the 4 answers available. Okay, and we start at 100 GBP today, if nobody minds. £100. So Tomahawk, here we go. What is the name of the PlayStation mascot that is a bandicoot? For £100. Is it A, Sonic, B, Mario, C, Crash, or D, Link? I'll remind you of 3 lifelines.
Okay, perfect. We're going to go with C, Crash. Final answer.
Final answer. It's C, Crash. You've crushed it. £100 in the bank.
That's it. One off. That's it. First one down. That's it. Perfect. I'm very happy with that. I can go home now.
Confident start. Do you want to take the money at this stage, or are you happy?
No. I think I need to set a decent benchmark here. So let's crack on. I think question 2.
Jokes. Right, for £200. What is the main color of the original PlayStation console? Is it A, black, B, red, C, grey, or D, blue.
It's sea grey. Final answer.
Locked in. It's the right answer.
Oh,
£200.
thank goodness.
I know that's the one you didn't own.
This is the one that genuinely was just like going, oh dear, what if it actually was black?
True.
Oh
But for
dear. That was
£300 now.
okay.
Which character is a protagonist in the God of War series? Is it A, Kratos? Is it B, Dante? Is it C, Cloud? Or is it D, Ryu?
It is a Kratos. Final answer.
You're very confident.
Very confident.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
Perfect.
£300.
I'm loving this.
Hope you're all doing as well at home. So we come to £400. Let's get it. What is the name of the city where the events of Final Fantasy VII primarily take place? To begin with, is it A, Zanarkand? Is it B, Midgar? Is it C, Raccoon City? Or is it D, Liberty City?
I think Cardinal is going to be B, Midgar. Final answer.
Of course it is. And hey, we're doing Game of the Month episode.
Exactly. I would be bad enough form if I didn't know that answer then. So
we'd bring that up.
No.
Okay, and for £500, who is the creator of the Metal Gear Solid series? The game just behind your head there on the camera. Is it A, Hironobu Sakaguchi? Is it B, Shigeru Miyamoto? Is it C, Hideo Kojima? Or D, Shinji Mikami?
I was gonna like bleed this one out for dramatic effect, but I think we're just gonna go strong on this one. C, final answer, Hideo Kojima.
It's the right answer. For £500 in the bank. Now,
Perfect.
Tom, at this stage you've done very well, very confident. Okay, but this is your banker mark here. This is for £1,000, and of course, you no matter what happens, you go away with £1,000, hypothetically.
Hypothetical thoughts. This is going to be our PSN numbers here.
Yes. So for 1,000, and for that placeholder here, which game studio developed the Gran Turismo game series? Was it A, Naughty Dog? Was it B, Polyphony Digital? Was it C, Santa Monica Studio? Or D, Insomniac Games?
We're going to go B, Polyphony, that one. Final answer.
B, final answer. We have £1,000, ladies and gentlemen. It's the right answer.
Ooh,
In the bank. Now there's the easy ride out of the way.
That's
No slip ups, no banana skins.
No, not at all. That was quite good entry level ones. That was very appropriate for the quiz show we are emulating today. So no, I lovely. It's set me up quite nicely. I think. Yeah, I think we should just crack on. Let's just keep this momentum going.
Absolutely.
Really.
You got all 3 lifelines too. So let's see about doubling your money now to 2,000 of your pounds. In Bloodborne, what is the name of the city where the game begins? Is it A, Lotharic, B, Drangleic, C, Boltaria, or D, Yarnum?
Only for the fact that I've been putting nearly 100 hours into this game. I've streamed it to completion and I'm doing another build on it as well. I'd be terribly letting the side down if I didn't say it was D, Yarnham. Final answer.
Incredible. It is £2,000 banked. An easy one if you know it.
That's it. No, absolutely. I know they all do sound quite soulsy, so I could probably understand if you didn't know that they all could just sound pretty similar or of the genre at least anyway.
I actually didn't know. I had an idea it was Yarnum, but I've never heard of the other 3 answers. So I don't know if they're involved or not. Or
they sound very Dark Souls, to be honest. If not Elden Ring, that kind of. They're at least they sound very FromSoft anyway. So could have caught someone up, really.
Could have. But here's your £4,000 question. In the Persona series, which number entry was the first to be released on PlayStation 4? Was it Persona 3, Persona 4, Persona 5, or Persona Q?
Uh, oh, I don't know. I can I have sorry, can you repeat the question
Of
again,
course.
Cardinal?
So, in the Persona game series, which is the first to be released on PlayStation 4?
I'm gonna use a lifeline.
Okay.
I
If you
think
don't
I
know,
think
you're just
I
right.
need yeah, I don't know this one. I really don't want to mess this up so early in the game. So I'm gonna take my free hit and I'm gonna take the lifeline of a free Google search.
The free Google search.
So the first
Fantastic.
Persona game to release on PlayStation 4.
Yes.
Okay.
This is like our way of doing Ask the Audience, but a task.
This is it.
The search engine.
So according to my Google search, now I'm going solely on a Google search here. So can I lock in Persona 5 as my final answer?
You locked it in. You're trusting the Google search.
Trust in the Google search. And I didn't, I had to go into the first page. I didn't have to do this deep dive into page 2 where the information becomes slightly more obscure. It's there, it's on page 1, it's on the Wikipedia entry for Persona 5. I'm going to lock it in.
Hmm. Now, if wiki articles aren't to be trusted in writing papers and homeworks and things, but you've locked in C, Persona 5. So Tomahawk at this stage, this is for 4,000. It's not a game or a series. And that's it. That's who knows what can come up in these questions. But the answer is C, Persona 5. Congratulations.
Oh, don't do that to me.
4,000
Oh, don't do
in the
that to me.
bank.
Right,
We
I
had to
need
do
to
it
take a
at some
note.
stage.
I need to take a note of my Google Lifeline is gone. I could knock that one off then as well. So that leaves me with 50-50 and ask the host then.
Indeed, but we're climbing up that ladder, and we will continue to do so now with the £8,000 question. So this is, what is the subtitle of the fifth main entry in the Metal Gear Solid series? So what is the fifth subtitle of the fifth main entry? What is the subtitle of the fifth main entry of the Metal Gear Solid series? Is it A, The Phantom Pain, B, Guns of the Patriots, C, Sons of Liberty, or D, Snake Eater? Snake Eater.
So that nearly thought was going to trick me there. It is. I'm going
Sorry,
to
I
lock
had
in
to say, I can't
A.
not say
Oh, you
Snake
know
Eater.
that's it. You absolutely can't. You
Um,
have to do the Bond esque
yes.
echo nearly. But no, I'm going to lock in Phantom Pain. Sorry, I nearly had a blank moment there. I genuinely thought that was going to try and be a trick question with Ground Zeroes being thrown into that as an answer
Me
as
too.
well.
Yeah,
I was quite surprised that that didn't show up on that answer.
okay. So you're confident,
Very confident.
and you're right to be. That's £8,000. The answer is the Phantom Pain, of course. Which leads us nicely into the £16,000 question. One
Okay.
away from having a shot at another banker. And this question is, which game is known for the phrase, "Do you know where I can find some sailors"? Is it A, Shenmue, or Shenmue? I don't know how to pronounce that, and love it. would correct me. Is it B, Yakuza Zero? Is it C, Jet Set Radio? Or is it D, Crazy Taxi?
Do you know where I can find some sailors? I have never heard that in all of my days.
Crikey.
Um,
I mean, yeah.
I'm going to take only to play this one safe. I need to take a lifeline then. So, Cardinal, if I could have a 50-50 lifeline exhausted today, please.
Wow. Okay, you're going to use the 50-50. Okay, computer, please take away 2 wrong answers and reveal the finding 2. The answers remaining are A, Shenmue, and D, Crazy Taxi.
Okay, that one.
Tom, how does that make you feel?
Definitely. I think it definitely helps. I don't remember a sailor aspect in Crazy Taxi, so just by that mad bit of logic, I'm gonna lock in a Shenmue. It
Oh, that's
sounds
nice.
very aquatic as a game title anyway. Yeah,
For
as you're
all I
right, love is
for
gonna
all I
shout
know,
at us.
it could be sailor in Japanese, and I'm
That's my
sorry.
thinking as well. It has a very marine vibe to that name, so it would not surprise me. So
Yeah,
we'll have to lock it in.
the answer is A, Shenmue.
Yes.
Well done, 16,000 in the bank, and we're on to our banker £32,000 question. One lifeline left, but it's not a bad one. And here's the question: for £32,000, which character from Tekken has a pet bear named Kuma? Is it A, Jin Kazama, B, Kazuya Mishima, C, Heihachi Mishima, or D, Paul Phoenix? Now, first, Tom, do you know anything about the Tekken fighting game series?
I know a little bit, but I don't know who owns a bear. Uh, no, I was gonna try and apply a little bit of logic here. So can I have
Yeah.
the question and the answers again there, please, just so
Yeah, of
I have
course.
that fresh in
So,
the head then.
so the question is, which character from Tekken has a pet bear named Kuma? Kuma. Is it A, Jin Kazama, B, Kazuya Mishima, C, Heihachi Mishima, or D, Paul Phoenix?
Jin, Kazuya, Hitachi, or Paul? Hmm. Now, Paul doesn't strike. Paul doesn't strike me as a
Paul.
character who owns a bear or has a pet bear companion. Um, Hitachi, Jin, or Kazuya is basically where I'm standing here right now. Um, Jin, in all of the final or all of the Tekken game series I've played, I've never ever seen him with a bear, so I kind of have to eliminate that from the equation as well. There's just never been any iconography or any indication that there's ever been a connection of a bear between those two. So that leaves me between Kazuya and Hitachi. This is going to be this is a stab in the dark on this one then as well, because I'm going to operate the same logic with Kazuya as well. That I've never seen that.
Wow.
Kazuya's thing is that he has this relationship with Hitachi, and it's not a very good one, and that seems to be his character arc, and that's about all I know on that in the second series. So I'm gonna just go on that logic then. Hitachi, final answer.
Wow. So saving your lifeline?
We've gone a bit of a walk around to get there, but and that's just purely trying to logic walk myself through those characters.
The confident to say final answer or locked it into.
Yeah.
I mean, we're at the point here where you could lose. You're dropping down from 16 to 1,000. If this is
Go
wrong,
big or go. It has to be go big or go home. Really, I need to set a half decent score, and if I can do it by completely fake it until I make it answer, then so be
yeah.
it.
So, from my memory, I mean, most of my memory is Tekken bowling, and there was indeed a bear. Tekken 3, I think. But Jen, I'm not sure Jen has anything to do with the bear. Paul Phoenix, I agree with you. But he's not going to have. Yeah, he's just not. Heihachi was the older guy with the mad hair.
Yes.
Sticking
I'm
out
pretty
like that.
sure as well, just as I'm half remembering, he very much, I was associated him with being in the mountains and just, being hiding away. So the idea of him being friends with a bear or rescuing a bear or having a bear as a
Yeah.
sidekick isn't out of the realm of possibility.
Well, Tom, let me tell you that what is in the realms of possibility is that the right answer and taking home £32,000 is yourself, because it is Heihachi Mishima. The answer is C.
Oh, incredible.
And
That's
there you
a
have it.
nice weight. That's a nice weight there, I think. Cool. I'm impressed. I'm actually impressed with that myself. That's quite.
It's box office. We're taking this show on the road.
That's the trailer for this week.
So the show carries on then, Tom, with that in the bank. 32. You're going home with 32 regardless of any mistakes you
that.
get here. Yeah.
Okay. I've got one more on Lifeline as well that I'm
Still
really
in
hoping.
Lifeline.
I'm really hoping that Ask the Host comes good in the end.
As you
But
know, I don't know. I can't see the answers. And we have to use faith there, but I genuinely can't. So I'll take a photo of the setup afterwards. But to double your money from 32 to 64 now, we're entering the higher echelons, the final sprint. The question is, what year was the original PlayStation console released in Japan?
okay.
And the answers are A, 1992, B, 1993, C, 1994, and you know where this is going, D, 1995. The original PlayStation console in Japan.
Japan. I think I know what it is, but I also think I'm gonna use my last lifeline on this one.
Wow.
No, I'm gonna tell you what I think it is.
Okay.
And I think maybe ask the host is gonna be maybe just to confirm my thoughts here. It's 1995, isn't it?
Okay, so Tom, you're asking the host, and I'll tell you. I think 1995 is the wrong answer. I think 95 is when it was released in the US and the West,
Okay.
and I think it was 94 it was released in Japan. I think it was earlier at that stage. I would go 1994.
Mm.
I base a lot of my knowledge of Astrobot's adventures, where he goes into the history of PlayStation. There's a timeline, and you'll.
Incredible. Okay. I honestly I can't really fault that logic. That makes a bit more sense. 95 being like the sort of Western release, at least anyway, because I have it in my head that 96 might have been sort of towards Europe.
Maybe
even later. I don't know. That might be a completely made up statistic in my fever dream. So yeah, no, I'm gonna go with we'll lock in your answer, Cardinal. I think that's
Okay, so
I think my fate is in your hands at this point as well. It's nothing lost, nothing gained. That is
well,
my
you
logic
you
on
may as
this.
well go for it. You may as well. You got to take a stab at it. So
Okay.
okay, we're going with C, 1994, and a bit of credibility on my part on the line here too. So let's see, system. What's the right answer? Tom, I'm afraid the PlayStation console was released in Japan in 1994. So you're right. It's
I was
64.
gonna say it
You're
was
up
as
at
though it was a
64.
very that was a very and you don't give anything away in the face there. It was very stoic. I was a bit confused there. I was like, what we did say 1994.
You're absolutely right. 64 then.
Fantastic. Okay.
We keep going on this
Good.
road though.
Yeah, but this is it. No, the problem is I'm now faced with 4 more questions with no lifelines.
It depends on the
These
topic. Whatever comes
This
up.
is if everything could be Kojima based or Bloodborne based, as it stands right now, we could be in for a good finale here.
A
But I'm not
special
hopeful.
score. Yeah. Well, it's already a special score, but let's see if any of those topics come up because £125,000 question we are at now. And the question is, interestingly, which character in the Metal Gear Solid series is known for the line, kept you waiting, huh? And the options are A, Raiden, B, Otacon, C, Big Boss, or D, Solid Snake.
Oh, okay.
You did ask
Damn
for
it.
Kojima based.
This is very true. Now, what's really annoyed me there is the 2 answers that I have to boil it down to, because we could take Raiden and Otacon out of the equation. Now, the problem I'm now faced with is we have a couple of avenues that I can do and explore on this one. We can go canonically in terms of release. In my head, the correct answer is Solid Snake. But if we went for canonically in terms of the timeline, it's Big Boss. And now I don't know which one to go for.
So I guess the
Uh,
question, the question is which character is known for the line, kept you
I'm gonna
waiting.
go. I'm gonna go with D,
You're going
Solid
to go for the answer?
Snake.
You're going to go and answer?
I'm gonna go for Solid Snake. I think just the wording of the question implies that Solid Snake is the one known for that catchphrase, and then it becomes something a bit more ingrained in Snake Boss
Lore.
as a essentially that's my thinking. Uh, okay, yeah, I think Solid Snake, final answer. I think we should just lock that one in then. I'm gonna just accept my fate no matter what happens.
Okay, well, you've either gained £65,000 or you have lost 32, a mere £32,000. Okay, so it's win-win, huh?
You say that.
Even when in this case, the right answer is D, Solid Snake. You're at 125,000.
Oh my god. I know it's fake money. I know it's not real money, but that
It's huge.
genuinely was
It's huge.
but yeah, that was it. The I was genuinely thinking of the Phantom Pain, where it's that first look at a Big Boss that we get, and it's Keith Sutherland obviously was the voice change at that time, and that's the real iconic moment where the credits roll. It says Keith Sutherland is Big Boss, and he hits the first line of "Kept you waiting, huh?" And that's where my brain was going. It was just like, that's a Big Boss thing if you go by the timeline, but I suppose we're in this instance it's going to have to go by game release time.
Fair. No, you got it, and you read the question, which is the important thing.
I take that. Right.
You take that, and how
I'm
about
very
this
happy
then?
with it.
Jeez, man's over the moon. But here we are at the £250,000 question, and it's a change of topic. The question is for £250,000. In The Last of Us, what is the name of the fungus that has infected most of humanity? Is it A, and you're going to have to forgive me for pronouncing a lot of these answers, Cordyceps militaris, B, Cordyceps brain infection, C, mycelium contagion, or D, fungal neuroinfection?
A.
Now, Tom, you have a history with The Last of Us. It's almost like a running joke on the podcast.
That I nearly talk about it too much, just a little bit. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Cordyceps militaris.
Let's just. Okay, you've said the words lock in. I was gonna add some Jeopardy, but the man just throws in the lock in, just boom, 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 question after question. Okay, so we've The Last of Us was the name of the fungus that has infected most of humanity. You have locked in Cordyceps militaris. Okay. This is for $250,000. Okay. System. What's the right answer? Is that a long enough pause for effect?
That's too long a pause for effect.
Tom, I'm sorry. The answer is B. Cordyceps brain infection, apparently.
Oh dear.
I am sorry, but we are back down to 32,000.
Oh dear.
Of the pounds. But look, Tom, 32,000 is plenty. It's a big high score, and you need to be commended for the absolute bravery of this.
Do you know what though? I heard Cordyceps. As soon as Cordyceps was mentioned, that was it. My brain went there. But Cordyceps, unless that's just the way it's mentioned in the game, and they've just rolled with it, really. That's hard to take. I'm not gonna lie.
On a Last of Us question.
On a Last of Us question, absolutely. But I'm gonna have to go home and lick my wounds here now. So, Cordyceps brain infection.
Apparently, and we should verify that. But Tom, you've been a fantastic contestant on High Scores, High Stakes. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? And it means I get to save a couple of these last few questions for Lava.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So, wow. Yeah. Okay. I think what we'll have to do then is we'll put a stop on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. We have officially logged my score, £32,000. Probably not the benchmark I wanted to set, but a benchmark score nonetheless. Then, so I think we'll take a few minutes. We'll have a bit of a break, and we will come back and we'll have our final thoughts on that. And yeah, we'll do the wrap up, and then we'll call it there. I think that is a good natural stopping point for today. Then. So, we've had a bit of time to digest what's going on there. We did do a little bit of a fact check on that then. So I've obviously gone for the Cordyceps genus name and not the completely fictionalized version of Cordyceps that has showed up in the Last of Us series. So that is on me for being a little smarty pants and thinking that was, it is what it is. That
you did very well. You did
far more tense than I had possibly anticipated. So, good luck in the coming weeks, guys, to yourself and Lava. I think that some of those questions were just ones that did just creep up on me, that Persona 1 so early in the gate. Look, that's why we have the
It,
lifelines as well. I
it's
think I
easy if
finished
you
off.
know it, but if you
Well,
don't,
that's it. I mean, absolutely. I mean, that's why we have the lifelines as well. And I think, given the situation that I was in, I think I've used them pretty much the right lifelines at the right stage. Maybe could have, but then I suppose you don't want to gamble. I think another Shenmue question, I could have easily have just took a punt on that a bit more with a bit more breakdown of knowledge, then possibly just walk myself through the answer. But that's why we have the lifelines. That's why they're there. They're there to be used and sort of aid us in this. I mean, this is a different type of challenge, really, as well. It's so
it
like you
is.
watch it on the TV, you watch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on the TV, and you think, oh, I could do that. It is quite daunting. I obviously
You're by
will be a
yourself
bit
though.
of that's it.
Yeah,
There's no other thought. There's no other interference and stuff. Obviously, it'll sound a bit more dramatic there once the music and the mooding goes into it as well. But I think that was absolutely fab. I think that was a great wee idea to just to ease us back into this idea of competition game about gaming and all things about it as well. So, best of luck to the pair of yous then for that.
thanks
So
for
I
setting a
think
pretty high benchmark.
there isn't. That's it. I mean, £32,000. I'd be happy with that in real life money. Never mind in a never mind in a fictional game show on a weekly podcast that we produce. But yeah, I think that's a good start, and we'll tally that up towards the end of our side quest series, and that'll should hopefully bring us nicely into season 4 anyway. So yes, Cardinal, just before we wrap up, then we'll do a little bit more the housekeeping, refresh the viewers and the listeners on where they can
Let
find
us
all
know.
things high scores, high stakes. Then that's the best thing's going to be is to direct your browser to highscoreshighstakes.com. And again, just click one of the wee icons at the top of the homepage. That'll take you to all the things that we are doing on the internet, be it Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and our Discord server. We'll put the link in the description below. What else have we got coming up in the meantime? Then we're going to be still rattling through our Game of the Month series. We're going to be hopefully by the end of the next couple of weeks, by the end of the summer, we'll have been caught up in our monthlies. We'll not be chasing our tails, getting the content out. So we've had some cracking games so far, and I think we've some more cracking games coming up then. While we do that, we're also going to be prepping our season 4 competition. We know that we have Cardinals Champions Choice to contend with, so very, very much look forward to getting a challenge in and just kind of get back into the rhythm of things in high scores, high stakes towers here. The only other thing I can think of is no, I think we have covered everything off this way, unless anything, Cardinal.
You've nailed it, son.
That's it. I think I could dabble into this hosting thing a little bit more often, I think, but no doubt Love will be back next week to show me how it's really done then.
You'll have a few words to say, no doubt, but
That's
just
it.
ignore them.
I'll get my teacher's notes next week. Don't you worry then. So I think ideal time to end it there. So anyway, it's been a blast having you back, Cardinal. In the meantime, I've been Tomahawk. This has been High Scores, High Stakes. Take care. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.